Please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
And Marion and Hadass, of course, I've mentioned calling Barb. I've already called Barbara. I've told them I'm calling them as witnesses. And all of the daughters there. And Soma and her mother, the name Soma has to do with a magical elixir. There's no more magical elixir than breast milk. And of course, it names means Soma. It's revealed in the name. And also Julia Marie and Vanessa, and on the younger men of the family too. I want to gather them with this to watch this and be part of it too, because they also are benefited by good breastfeeding too. Obviously, young men have genius within them too, as babies. We all do, and that's the part of us we need to keep fully always pure. The inner baby girl and the inner baby boy, and you have obviously Shy, and we have on our family branches, and Soma has a brother, and we have Vanessa and Harlan Leviz, and we have other young people on the family tree who I'm very, very concerned about why you're not coming. Now, I am broadcasting this, and people can hear the message that I'm leaving for you. So I will honor you. You don't honor yourselves. The problem with our world in North America is that the women do not honor themselves and their own important virtues. And therefore, the culture is tipping dangerously toward the opposite. Instead of nurturing, it's tipping toward denying, rejecting, and negating. And that's what you've been doing when you don't answer the phone calls. But I can speak for you. That's why I'm an intercessory. But I can only be intercessory so long, and God is going to start delivering problems to people who do not regard Mother Nature as an important part of the world. So I hope you will come, because you are so gifted and you have so much to offer, and you really are the reincarnation of Queen Esther in North America, her mother, Marion, and I am the incarnation, partial incarnation of the daughter, Radha. And we are combining the Judeo heritage with the Persian heritage in this part of our family tree, and also overlapping it with the Atlantis Roman, Greco-Roman heritages that are related at this time also to the equinox and the Eleucosaviral mysteries revealed. So we want to talk about that magical elixir called breast milk, okay? And all the experience of bonding of early childhood. Call us. We are on the conference line. We're waiting for you. If not, we'll start showing your pictures, as well as Julia Marie and Amai, and we'll start discussing Dr. Strauss and other pediatricians who don't do the right thing.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4. At the tone, please continue recording. At the end of your message, press 1.
So we'll give you about 5 minutes or so, and then we'll start testifying for you. Every blessing, darlings.
You have reached the maximum time permitted for recording your message. If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send your message with urgent delivery, thank you. Your message has been sent.
Okay, and now we're going to call Julianne Marie and Georgine. Oops. Am I still on the conference? Yeah, I'm still on the conference. It's being recorded both on a conference line and on this broadcast. In fact, let me show my face while we're showing this. Let's say court is in session. It has always been in session because Mother, Father, Goddess, God is always judging human behavior, and Goddess God works through the universe. It works through all of us. The judgment comes from our interactions with each other and our interactions with Mother Nature. That's where the judgment shows up. But it's always Mother, Father, Goddess, God who's doing it. It's the yin-yang balance that's present in all aspects of the universe and is a mystery, but is always there. Omnipresent, omnipotent, always present, and incredibly compassionate toward us, stupid creatures. It's developing our learning. But you know, we are an aspect of Goddess God, and as we evolve, Goddess God is fulfilled. We bring about the greater ascension of Goddess God's creatures. If we remain at a stupid level, then we are lower creatures. If we evolve to a higher level, we become more goddess and God-like in our abilities. And that's what goddess God would like for us. So now I should say the right way to begin this. Let's bring this about the right way. Kind of restart. I back up a little bit and restart over because I was just kind of making a preliminary heads up. And I'll do that for Julianne Marie and me both in a moment too. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and everyone. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one. Okay, now we're going to make sure we invite Julianne Marie, very importantly and very directly this time. We don't usually like to use her cell phone because of late we've come to realize that the Stockholm syndrome of many American brilliant women, gifted women, who nevertheless give their self-esteem over to the need, first and foremost, to male approval, often holds them hostage in the way they use their cell phones is to separate themselves from other women instead of to connect. And that is a symptom of a society that is in extreme danger with Mother Nature. It's an over-technological society where the technology is used primarily to divide people, to individualize without a sense of relationship. But this is so important that we want to do a little bit of a special invitation for Julianne Marie. So we're going to do that right now. And then we're also going to leave messages on our special phone tree for her and a Love Thy Neighbor potential, Georgine, who I'm also going to, if these people don't call in, I will have to intercessory for. And we're also going to call some of the family where we know a certain betrayer of gender parity came up in without greatest breastfeeding, another casualty of the American culture, and also of my personal failure to understand the need to gather women first in a family before marrying into one. So we'll get to that. So the light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers in water. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. The light is on in all our hearts. We have with us marvelous, miraculous, budding, blooming flowers. Hugs and love to all, both in each and every one, as soon as possible. The kitty cats are here, in and out. And we're also calling Vanessa and her mother, very important in terms of this theme. Barbara and her daughters, Rachel Marie and Danielle Juliet. And Jennifer and her daughters, Hesperus and Thena. And Soma and her mother, Meredith. And we'll explain why on this day. And we're also going to confront some of the so-called legal offices and media offices of our family on why, in terms of their anthropology of patriarchy, they don't regard these topics as of importance. That you watch a million stories about crimes and wars, but there's nothing there about a happy way to feed your baby. The most important aspect of life is missing. So, you know, this is all about the way we handle the eternal feminine in the patriarchal culture. So, let me quickly call call Georgine and Julianne Marie on their conference line, and then we'll call Julianne Marie individually we want to help Julianne Marie connect to a potential mother figure while she's near one. But it's not to say that the neighbor who could provide that role is ready to provide it. That's why I have to act as intercessory for both of them. Okay, if they don't come, I will act as intercessory, but we want to honor them. They have goddesshood within them. They have the mutual breastfeeding that carries throughout life within them. They have, here we're showing the milk of human kindness within them. But they have been denying it to me and to Anna Marie and Ma Patricia, who are all now also suffering from that division. And this goes on in our culture. So when women try to imitate men, they're not doing the job of true feminism. What true feminism is to teach men to relax a little bit on their over masculinization and to include a little bit more of their own X chromosome in their own behavior, so that we have a peace culture world instead of a warlike domination culture. So we're drinking the milk of human kindness for all, both in each and every one, especially these people who were calling. And of course, Vanessa and Soma and Harlan Luslaviz and, well, Soma and Stacy Anastasia and Harlan. And then we also get to the young men. We'll talk about some of the other branches of our family, but the most thing and more important person right now is Julianne Marie and Dr. Strauss. And we'll be showing you some pictures regarding to this issue of breastfeeding and these pictures that we're calling, these people that we're calling.
You have reached the voicemail box of
Julianne Marie, holy baby girl, who had colic. We have already called because of this day, special day being the Purim day, and we especially want to recognize Hadassah's name means Queen Esther in Hebrew, Marian and Hadass. But you and Vanessa and I and all the other women are equally important, and so are our young men in remembrance of their babyhood. You did a pretty good job of breastfeeding, but the breastfeeding for you was affected by the patriarchy of the 1940s. And a lot of the women in North America today are recipients of that scheduled breastfeeding. And it creates a yangness into the culture, even among women. Now, we would like you to testify, and we will show, of course, Dr. Strauss's a kind of graphic that depicts a Dr. Strauss, and we will hold him to account. We also are going to hold account today, as soon as I can during the day, or if it has to be in the star hours, the family that I attempted to marry into, where there was also not good breastfeeding. And what is the nature of a Judas against peace culture? What causes that? We all, in their deep down way, want a culture of love and peace on this and all our planets. And that is what our great family that Lynn, who the famous Gaia effect mother, also married into another family that concerned the Stargates. Well, I know we can't open the Stargates as a war culture. We can only open them as a peace culture. And that man also warned against nuclear winter. So if we want eternal spring and we want to bring the Ceres and the Persephones together, we have to go to the breastfeeding matter. And we want you to testify right now. So we're on the conference line at 641-715-7000. 3580, access code 773342. We've already told this to Marian and Hadass. If they don't come in about 5 minutes or so, and if you don't come in about 5 minutes or so, and we'll also call Georgine because she's very important in terms of being a mother surrogate for our family right now, which is without a current mother on this planet. If we want to open the stargates, we have to value the mother figures near us. And so I'm going to be calling Georgine on your line together and also on her personal line because this is so important. So I want you to come 641-715-3580, access code 773342. If we don't hear from you in about 5 minutes, we'll go ahead with the presentation of a witness. We're going to call you as a witness, and I will express for you the pain that you had as a baby from colic, the enormity of that pain for a baby, and the implications that I have learned about it over time, and how our culture is so not very intelligent that it doesn't help heal all the people who had this happen to them, although it could rather easily, especially through mass media describing, educating, and offering the various
You have reached the maximum time permitted to record. To send your message, press 1 at any time. To listen to your message, press 2. To re-record, press 3. For more options, press 4. To cancel, press star. Message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye. You have reached the voicemail box of...
As you know, I already called Dr. Marian Margulies, and we also will be calling on their lines Vanessa and Harlan, and also her son later. The boys will come in a little bit later, Yishai, and there's others. But we're going to start with the mothers. We're starting with Meredith and Soma, and especially Barbara and Rachel and Juliet and Daniel. Juliet, Barbara has expertise in early child bonding and breastfeeding, and so does Jennifer there in Oregon, the mother of the Gaia Effect's daughter, who with her daughters Athena and Hesperus, and she also has a young son too. So we'll be calling them, and I've already called Stacy Anastasia, and I want to see what Cheryl did on this. What went on in that branch of the family that you married into with regard to breastfeeding. I love you, and you can call 24/7. I want to make you a poster girl for recovery and recover this entire planet. My sisterhood is very important to me, and you are very important to me and to all of this universe. As a healed person, you become less important as something other than that, but you become very important as a healed person, a healed woman, a goddess.
1 at any time. To listen to your message, press 2. To re-record, press 3. For more options, press 4. To mark urgent, message sent. Thank you for calling. Goodbye.
Okay, we're starting. I'm going to start our testimonies. I'm going to show you some of the page that we're on here. Go to 5050now.wordpress.com and you'll see what we are doing at this section here. This section called, where is it? We've kind of got two courts of going on here. We're gathering at this home-based hat store that is here. Let's see, let me show it to you. We're doing a court of women, youth, and children to decide the future of the world. And I'm expressing their opinions if they had not been dumbed down by patriarchy. If they were not dumbed down by patriarchy, they would be here with me already. But they are dumbed down by patriarchy, and that's partly my fault because I made some mistakes that fed into the patriarchal bulldozer And therefore, let's see. I fed into the patriarchal bulldozer. This is the place that we are gathering at. This is our courthouse in the air. This is our courthouse in the air. We are gathering at this Haddon home, and you can read about this at the 5050now.wordpress.com website. This is our great and grandaunt Clara, our great and grandmother Ray, our great and grandmother Harriet with her sister, little Jacqueline, who is currently suffering from Alzheimer's out of patriarchal stress. And also our grandmother Rose, our great and grandmother Antoinette, our great and grandmother Dorothy, our great and grandmother Lynn, and we do not have pictured here, but I will also mention our great and grandmother Rachel of the family of the Stargates and her relation